What's going on today, ladies and gentlemen? Today I'm going over how I was able to scale from literally noob level, no sales experience, no knowledge of like what sales even was, to 10,000 a month anywhere in the world with remote sales. So in this video, I'll kind of be walking you through my process and how I did it and what mistakes I went through, what hurdles I went through, and just fast tracking the progress for you so that way you don't have to go through all the struggles and hardships that I went through myself. So first off, I'll kind of take you back to where it all began a few years ago. So I was watching YouTube in my room and I was seeing these people out in Thailand pretty much live out my dream life. Like they were going to the beach, they were driving ATVs, they were working out, boxing, doing all this stuff that I just wasn't doing at the time. Like all I was doing was working a 9 to 5 and doing stuff I didn't really want to do. So just doing a little bit more research and figuring out like what knowledge they had that separated them and their lives to like what I was currently doing in my life. Because I had a realization, and it was pretty obvious, that whatever they knew is what was able to actually create the lives that they were living, and I needed that knowledge for myself. So yeah, just doing a little bit more research, clicking around, and turns out they had like a course, mentorship, community, whatever it was, and it was 5,000. Now, of course, I never even knew about courses, mentorships, anything like that. I was just a brain dead, pretty much NPC back home in the US a few years ago, but I saw that $5,000 price tag and I was like, man, this has to be like something super valuable because it's $5,000. And I mean, I was making like $1,000 a week at it. Every week at the contracting job I was working. So literally just a month and a week later, I was able to save up enough to buy that course. And I had no idea what it even was. I was just, man, it's 5,000, has to be something good. They're living my life. It has to be like some secret sauce, some secret formula or something like that. So yeah, just went ahead, risked it for the biscuit, just spent 5,000 flat. Like there's no tomorrow. Didn't have a single objection. I didn't even hop on a sales call. I just bought it through DMs. But yeah, just that's when I first learned about remote sales. That's when it first came into my existence, and that's when I first even knew the word remote sales. And then I started doing a little bit more research, getting into the course, learning the basics, the scripts, where to actually find offers and everything of that nature. And a few weeks later, after doing some research, and before I go there, my mom, she was like super crazy about me spending $5,000 online. Like, did you just get scammed? And I did kind of have a little white lie. I was like, no, mom, it's in Forex right now. I can get it out whenever I want. But that's not the case. I just spent it on a course. So yeah, I just spent it on that course, diving in, a few weeks of training, learning, role playing, learning how to actually find offers for myself. That's when I found my first offer in this B2B AI agency. Now, at the time, I thought that was super cool. I was like, oh shit, I'm about to be setting for this AI agency. This is next level. I'm like ahead of the game. But after months of cold calling and getting hung up on, cursed at, and worst of all, not making any money whatsoever, turns out that offer was absolute shit. Besides the point that I did get extra training from this certified sales trainer, but other than that, it was absolute shit. But the beautiful part was I was still living with my parents, so no worries whatsoever. I just put my foot in the game, didn't do well, and of course, I didn't really get to see like what my potential was or like what remote sales was really all about because I made $0 on this offer. But of course, the story doesn't end there. So yeah, quit that offer because I was making $0 with maximum effort, maximum input, and zero output coming back to me. So yeah, quit that offer, saved my time, my energy, and started looking for a new offer. So when I was looking for this new offer, I was still going to the gym, role playing, just bettering myself overall as a person. And that's when I found this new opportunity. It was like a B2B company for roofing, for like roofers, roofing companies. So like they basically just marketed and did all that stuff for roofing businesses. But I mean, yeah, I thought it was gonna be an absolute goldmine of an offer. I had to sell myself super hard to actually land that offer for myself. Like they were like, nah, you're not a good fit. but I kept being persistent and persistent over and over again. And they finally gave me a chance to start setting some leads to that roofing agency. Now, at the time, I was the only setter, so I was like, oh snap, this has to be like a gold mine of an offer. They already have a few deals closed. They already have money coming in. So I thought in my greatest respect that this would be the offer of my dreams. This is what I've been looking for. This is what would provide me financial freedom, location freedom, and time freedom. So being 19 or 20, however old I was at the time, being kind of oblivious to the fact that I should have seen money coming in first. I booked my one-way flight to Bangkok, Thailand with $1,500 to my name. Now, that wasn't the best decision I've ever made in my life, but I do not regret it whatsoever. Because I came out here to Bangkok, Thailand, thinking this offer was gonna be the be-all, end-all, like save me from the trenches. But turns out, I mean, the trenches were, I was just walking into the trenches. Like it was just the beginning. So I made $0 on the second offer that I was on, B2B cold calling. Although I did get a lot of appointments set compared to the first offer. But the thing is, closers closed zero of my deals the first 2 months. And I made a flat $0 in commission the first 2 months out here in Bangkok, Thailand. Now, of course, I had $1,500 to my name. So it wasn't looking too good for me. I did have to fast a few times. I did have to sacrifice a few things, but I mean, I had a girlfriend at the time as well, so that wasn't the wisest decision as well. But still, I think she was one of the reasons I was able to stay and push through those hard times because I did like her a lot and I didn't want to go back home a loser, so I had to make it work here. So after those 2 months of making $0 on that second offer, I was like, you know what, guys? Calling it quits again. You guys aren't helping me pay for rent, food, anything of the sort. I am walking out the door. So yeah, quit that second offer. And then now, of course, I had some sales experience. Now I dealt with people cussing me out, hanging up on me, not being able to get through the gatekeepers, everything of the sort. And that's the beautiful part about B2B, especially when you're getting started out and remote sales, is that you get to build up your balls, your discipline, your work ethic, because once you transition from B2B to B2C, it's literally a cakewalk. It's so easy. It's like you're running with a fucking 20-pound dumbbell on your back. You haven't slept in ages. You haven't had any water. And then the next day you're like weightless. You've lost a lot of weight. You feel good. You're hydrated. And you're running downhill. So it's exactly like that. So I mean, you're just taking a big burden, a big weight off your chest, and you're able to actually make the money you thought you were able to make. And with that being said, like after I quit that second offer of making $0, I started networking with people out here in Bangkok, Thailand. Met a lot of good friends. I mean, 85 to 90% of people out here in Bangkok, all of my friends, they make money online. So that was very easy to do. And just so happened, one of my friends was able to place me on an offer as a setter in a B2C kind of remote sales, in a B2C kind of sales. So I was able to hop on for this day trading coach and was able to start setting leads for him. And literally that first night I was hopping on my first calls. We literally just started the offer. Like it was brand new. They didn't know what was going on. We had 2 setters and 2 closers only. And that was it. It was a 4-man. And literally my first call as a setter, I closed the deal. I didn't set a call with a closer. I closed the deal by myself. Now, it was a mix of a lot of things that made me close that deal that first time. The lead that I called just so happened to be super hot, like ready to buy right there on the call. He was like, man, I'm having all these problems with the YouTube, with my trading, with all this stuff. And I was like, look, man, I'm here to help you. So I was able to navigate, feel out the situation on that call. He was warm, very hot, and I needed money. So I was like, you know what? My CSO says 10% commission for every closed deal. So might as well go in for the kill. So yeah, went in for the close. And yeah, rent was due. I had no food. So, I mean, I was very incentivized to get this closed and not really depend on the closers to close my deal. So I just closed it right there on the spot, got $350 commission. And fortunately enough, I was pretty good friends with the CSO already. So he literally just paid me straight away the commission I earned. And I was able to eat, pay for rent, and everything of the sort. And then of course from there, it was all uphill from there. I was able to actually start earning money, investing in mentors, masterminds, and just went to Cebu City in the Philippines for a while just to lock in on remote sales after I started earning, so that way I could start saving, stacking, investing, leveling up my skills in remote sales. That's when I got in a few masterminds, a few mentorships, and just bettered myself overall with my sales skills and everything overall, to be honest. So after like 15 to 20,000 spent, I mean, I was able to go from, I think it was like 4 to 6,000 a month as a setter to 15 to 20,000 plus as a closer. And of course, it did take about a year or a little bit less to go from $0 to 10,000 a month. But I got it done. Was able to get to 15 to 20,000 a month just a few months after that, and that's because I took a massive action, massive risk, put everything on the line every time, took myself seriously, and my education, my learning, my awareness on the calls, off the calls, making sure everything was lined up and leveling up myself overall. And that's how I was able to go from noob to pro level in just about 2 years, just from taking massive action, going to Bangkok, Thailand with barely any savings, investing in myself, learning from people ahead of me, and just fast tracking my progress. That some people are they're still in the same place I was almost 2 years ago, just because they haven't invested themselves, they haven't taken any risk, they haven't taken any action. They're just jerking off all day, working in 9 to 5, just settling for the complacent mediocrity that I once settled for myself. So just get out there, take the risk, take the action, learn from people ahead of you in any endeavor. It doesn't have to be remote sales. It can be e-commerce, affiliate marketing, day trading. I mean, all these businesses work. It's not the businesses that fail. It's the people that fail. So if you don't want to be one of those people, learn from the best to become the best. So yeah, that's how I went from $0 a month to 10,000 plus to 15,000, 20,000 plus. And of course, I'm trying to get to that 100,000 mark, because I do know like only 2 closers right now making 100,000 a month. It can be done, but it is extremely difficult. So you do have to level up consistently, 5% better each and every day. So that's what I'm striving to do. Hopefully you guys are doing that too. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video today. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys tomorrow.